Today I want to talk about puppies. Who doesn't love puppies? Puppies are amazing. They are cute, they are tiny, they are clumsy and so soft. I actually will talk about what to take into account and what to expect if you want a dog and plan on getting one. Also to help with the decision of getting a puppy or a grown dog. I will make this into a series and go to talk more in detail about the points I bring up in the respective videos, obviously. So let's start with this one. You. Yes, you. Want a dog? Well, ask yourself a question then. Do you want kids? Because a dog is somewhat like a little kid that never will fully grow up. You need the time, the space, the proper care, and the understanding of them to take care of them. Both kids and dogs, but I'm talking about dogs, obviously. Ask yourself following questions. Do I have the time? Do I have the money? Do I have the space? And am I ready to learn? If you say yes to all of these questions, then proceed. If you say no to any of these questions, then try to change the issue so it turns into a yes, or if you don't know what exactly falls under these questions, then continue watching this video. Question number 1. Do I have the time? Pretty easy to answer that question, isn't it? I mean, it also depends if you live alone or with your family or a friend or roommates or whatever. Basically, if somebody would take care of the dog, even if you aren't available during the day. If you work a full-time job and you aren't able to take the dog with you to the job, and he would be alone all day long except the weekends and evenings, then don't get one. A dog needs care and social contact with both other dogs and humans. Question number 2. Do I have the money? If you get a dog, you have to take into account that you have to pay for everything your dog needs. Like a little kid, but less annoying and with more fur. He also will never grow up, so he will leech on your wallet all life long. So, what is the least a dog needs? Food, water, respective a food bowl and a water bowl, a place to sleep, a collar, a leash, and obviously toys to play with. So he can chew on stuff. But also medical care, including vaccinations, a brush, and depending on the dog, a hairdresser or a groomer or whatever. If you can provide all that without issue, go for it, get a dog. If you can't or aren't willing to, then don't. Of course, there are also solutions for everything, so if you don't have that much money, you still can have a dog, obviously. I would recommend to always have like a separate bank account or some kind of way to put money aside. Just a few bucks every month, though, you have a cushion. Because like humans, animals also get sick and need special care when they grow older, or need medication or anything like that. Or different food, maybe they have food allergies or any kind. There's so much to reconsider, and it's just like with every other thing you take care of, it costs money. Do I have the space? I think this kinda is self-explaining. I mean, most of the questions I asked are. But anyways, well, where do you live? In a tiny one-room apartment? That's probably not the best place for a dog. But of course, this also bleeds into, do I have the time? A lot. Because if you don't have a garden or a big house, you still can have a dog. You just have to balance it out by taking your dog out more often. I also have to say, please take your dog out at least twice a day for half an hour. I think that's the bare minimum. But anyways, space. Where do you live? In the midst of a big city or in the countryside? Maybe kind of a mix of it, like a bigger town, but not so big like, I don't know, New York or something. Even if you live in the city, you can still drive out with your dog to a park or to the countryside. You have to, of course, inform yourself what is around your area. Are there maybe some lakes where you can go swim with your dog? Are there maybe dog parks? Are there woods or something where you can go with him? There's a lot you can do with a dog, and you should make sure that you have enough space where your dog can be a dog, so he can run around and be happy and do dog stuff. Same goes for your apartment, of course. The dog needs a place for himself, and just for himself. A blanket, a dog bed, anything where he knows that's his space and he can relax there. The first 3 questions you have to ask yourself before deciding to get a dog. Sometimes forgotten, sometimes hold to a myth. The fourth question. Am I ready to learn? Obviously, if you never had a dog on your own before, you don't exactly know much. Like with everything, you just have to learn. Sure, you maybe watched videos like this one, for example. But the experience of actually owning a dog and taking care of a dog is completely different to, well, just reading about it or watching about it. That also goes for children, by the way. As you know, I'm comparing dogs to children a lot, but it's just, I think it's an obvious comparison. But this time I actually mean it different. I mean like kids who think they know everything about dogs just because their family owns one, and they sometimes took it for a walk. That's not everything, kids. There is so much more behind that. And there's so much work involving a dog. You don't just have a dog and then it just runs around, and you sometimes take it out for a walk and feed it. So learning and growing together with your dog is, well, part of owning a dog. The dog will learn new stuff, you will learn new stuff, you will learn about your dog, the dog will learn about you. It's just experience. Making mistakes is completely normal. You can't have the knowledge of the universe, obviously. So yeah, making mistakes is human. But people getting offended because others tell them that their dog or any animal isn't taken cared for properly by either observing certain things they do with their dog or how they treat your animals, or feeding a vegan diet, for example. I would always recommend go to dog training with your pups and exchange your experiences and information with others, just how I want to do it here, exchanging experiences and hearing about what you think is the best way to handle a dog. Because in the end, sure, everybody has their own opinion, and as long as the dog is happy and the dog lives a good life, a good dog life, not a good human life, that's also a topic for another video, I'm happy. Just make sure you act on the behalf of your animal, and not because of selfish reasons, like feeding your dog a vegan diet. You decide to take care of an animal, and that animal is helpless. A dog will love you even if you mistreat him, but he should love you and be happy. Me out.